Peace and love. Welcome back. Beautiful morning here in the mountains. We've got the birds. We've got the sunrise going on. So this is what it is. So today we're talking about respect. We live in a day and age where we hear from our elders, from the generation that came before us, that this generation is disrespectful. For me growing up, anytime I was questioning authority, we would always hear, oh, that's disrespectful. So this word, respect, was a trigger word, a powerful word. Because one of the worst things you could be is labeled disrespectful. Now, I think it's important to look at this generationally. Myself being, I guess, what they would consider the early half of the millennial generation. We are products of the baby boomer generation. Now, that generation, our parents, so people who are, let's just say, between 50 to 70 years old, they came from a time where the environment was ruled by corporal behavior, meaning if kids acted up in school, they got whooped. If kids acted up at home, they got whooped. If kids acted up in church, they got whooped. It was a very corporal and military environment, and that's just the way that the world was 30, 40, 50 years ago. And the longer you go back, the more that corporal environment was common. Now, as time goes on and the evolution of life takes place, we come to realize that this corporal way of dealing with each other was not working. It was an abusive environment. Women were abused, minorities were abused, children were abused, men abused men. So as we grow, we come to realize, well, it doesn't necessarily work to have this corporal attitude, the attitude of do as I say and not as I do. And so as time goes on, it was more acceptable for kids to question their parents, for people to start questioning authority, because it became obvious that authority needed to be questioned. But now as we get into this day and age, at least when I was growing up, we this word disrespectful was a strong label placed on our generation. So I want to look at the root of this word. If you break down the word disrespectful, or you just break down the word respect, you have two words. Re, which is kind of indicating to redo something or to do something again, or repeat something. And then you have the word spec, which indicates seeing, spectacle. Seeing is believing. And so when you really look at the word respect, what it means is to re-see, or to see again, or to look again, or to take a fresh look at someone or a situation or a place or people or whatever it is. That's the real nature of the word. And so to be respectful is to really take another look, or to take a true look at something. But that's not really the way the word is used, is it? No. The word has been in some degrees weaponized. As I said before, a trigger word, much like words like racist or anti-Semitic. These words, when you hear those little words, they trigger feelings and thoughts. And so if someone's labeled as disrespectful, well, that label triggers thoughts in people's heads. And so when someone's labeled disrespectful, they're looked down on. They're not looked at as respectable, which is a problem. Because as I said in the beginning, for me, I was labeled disrespectful often when I was questioning authority. And as we live in an age of information, where more and more information is available, and where more and more activity becomes transparent, we see that people are going to be questioning authority. People are going to be questioning rules, questioning ideas that have been held for a long time. And so the question we have to ask is that a bad thing? If authority is doing things that hurt people, if those that are in charge are not leading the charge well, then should they not be questioned? Now, the hard part about this is when we talk about the word respect, or even better yet, when we look at the concept of being disrespectful, as a parent, there's a level of honor that you would expect to receive from your children. And as people, there's a level of honor that we would hope to share and experience with each other. Now, the problem is, in this day and age, we see that people in general are having a harder time honoring each other. And that is a problem. And I think that's where you hear the ideas coming, especially from the generation that came before the before the millennials. That would be the baby boomer generation. We hear them saying, "Oh, the youth these days are disrespectful," or people in general are disrespectful. But I think what it is a case of people not being able to show honor or even just simple kindness to other people. But let's not get this confused with respect. Because if the word respect is being used to stop you from asking a question, then the truth is the person that's throwing that label on you is the person who's truly being disrespectful. Because if all you want to do is ask a question, or if you have legitimate criticisms of authority, be it religious, governmental, or even parental at times, there can be legitimate questions to the authority of a parent if the parent isn't being responsible about the way that they're managing their authority. These are legitimate questions to ask. But we just have to remember to keep that sense of honor and that sense of kindness for other people. So I wanted to look at this word because it's always been a word that was used against me and always been used in a way that I observed to control people. As soon as someone was asking a question that was inconvenient, oh, they're disrespectful. As soon as someone said, no, I don't want to go along with the status quo for whatever reason, often good reasons, oh, they're being disrespectful. So I just wanted to take a closer look at this word that's been weaponized. So hopefully everyone's staying blessed, staying warm. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace.